Broncos country, this is not a drill. We've done it. We've gotten over the hump. We shattered a 16-game, 8-year, 2,950-some day losing streak to the Kansas City Chiefs, and we did it in amazing fashion where Pat Mahomes left the game with a bloody left hand, where Taylor Swift, she knew we were trouble when we walked in, and we showed up. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of this episode, because not only are we going to break down the real reason why the Denver Broncos won, at the end of this episode, we are going to have probably the coolest guest in the history of the world on the show. So stay tuned. If you're new to this channel, my name is Ben. I talk Broncos, I talk Nuggets, and I also, like Deion Sanders taught me, I keep receipts. I called this game, and I'm going to break down why we won this game and the real reason why we won this game. It was not because Patrick Mahomes had the flu and was on IVs. It wasn't because Taylor Swift didn't come to the game and Travis Kelce only plays good when she comes to the game. It wasn't because of the weather. Pat Mahomes bragged about how he's a cold weather snow guy. Well, it wasn't any of those reasons. The real reason that the Denver Broncos beat the Chiefs, there's really a couple of them, and it's why I felt so confident calling that we were going to win this game earlier in the week. The real reason that we beat the Kansas City Chiefs is because Sean Payton has completely transformed the culture around here. I was pretty pessimistic at the start of the season. I was like, man, I feel like we just lost to the Jets at home with a backup quarterback. Like, what's going on? But I know that, like Malcolm Gladwell talks about the turning point, that flipping point. It takes a long time to build up to it, and then culture changes on a dime. And we've seen that over the past couple weeks, that even at the start of this game, we did not look like a 2-5 team. We were flying around the ball. Last week, the first video I ever posted on this channel was a video where Jerry Jeudy was wide open on a play from Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson throws it to Courtland Sutton instead of Jeudy. And all we've heard from the media is how Jerry Jeudy is a me guy, and he doesn't put the team first, and we need to ship him out of here. And on that play, Jerry Jeudy, hands up in the air, celebrating a touchdown before Courtland Sutton even gets in the end zone. And that's not a sign of someone who isn't bought into the culture. And so Nathaniel Hackett came in and was trying to be a rah-rah guy and be everybody's friend, and it didn't work. And before that, we had Vic Fangio, who was like your uncle who didn't even know what TikTok was and wanted you to show him how to do everything on his phone. But the cool part about Peyton is that he has the fun elements that we see with Nathaniel Hackett. After every game on the road or at home, he brings this giant sound system with a fog machine, and he calls it Club Dub. And he wants the people in the opposing locker room to hear how much fun it is to win as a Denver Bronco. So he's got the fun parts of Nathaniel Hackett, but then he has the crazy strict accountability that last week, even though we beat the Packers, he was furious about it. You saw him ream Vance Joseph, and so he has completely changed the culture. So that is reason number one that I knew we'd win, and that I know that we are going to make a playoff push here, that he is the winningest coach in October. We saw all three of our wins this year came in October. We had pretty fluky losses there, but I am so hopeful. He changed the culture. Next reason we won, and I know a lot of people have talked about how he's a dead man walking, he's on the way out the door, and that is George Paton. And I think we all need to give him a hand clap, because we traded away a lot of picks to get Russell Wilson. We traded away a lot of picks to get Sean Payton in Denver. And so when you trade away a lot of picks, you don't have a chance of building any talent in the draft. And guess what? He went out and found 2 undrafted rookies who were the reason we won today. And I was blown away by both of them. The first one reminded me so much of another undrafted cornerback, Chris Harris. He picks off Mahomes today. He has 6 tackles, 2 tackles for losses, just playing his absolute tail off. And that is Jaquan McMillan. Undrafted rookie. Whoever hears about an undrafted rookie picking off the face of the league in Patrick Mahomes, the second coming of Brett Favre, he did it, and that was incredible. And then we just see the fastest guy, the fastest accelerator with the ball that I've ever seen in a Broncos uniform is this Jaleel McLaughlin guy, who we didn't even spell his name right on his first jersey. And again, so you see George Paton's ability to say, who needs a first-round pick? I can find undrafted guys. I can find talent late in the draft. And that's why I'm excited going forward, is that Marvin Mims is a beast. You saw his explosiveness on a punt return. We talked earlier in the week about Drew Sanders as a beast. Let's see him out there. Could he have done even better against Travis Kelce today? Irregardless of all of that going forward, this changes the entire narrative. This truly gives brand new life to Talkin' Denver Sports and the direction of this podcast, because had we lost this game and we were 2-7, 2-6 going into the bye, I would have said it'd be a smart idea to start selling off players and getting what you can in rebuilding. But I think there is a very good chance that if we keep playing like this, who can't we beat? Truly, look at this Chiefs team. This team was on the hottest winning streak in the NFL, and we made them look like garbage. Patrick Mahomes was on his back most of the game, and so who can't we beat? We have easy games coming up. We get to play the Vikings without Cousins now. That was a game that I was worried about earlier in the season, but now we're playing the Vikings. So we got a lot to talk about how the Broncos can make the playoffs still, and what it'll take. We get to play the Chargers 2 more times. Like, we're gonna beat the Raiders. So truly, I see the playoffs in store, and I'm not trying to get clicks. I'm trying to get hyped, Broncos country. So as promised, a very, very special guest, probably one of the most important people in the entire world to me. I got a guest for us, and I teased it, and let's kick it over to my special guest. Well, Broncos country, as promised, a very, very, very special guest with us on Talking Broncos Sports Talk here. This is my pride and joy. This is my son. What's up, man? How you feeling?
Great.
Yeah, man. First off, how old are you?
7.
7 years old. Who's your favorite football team?
Broncos.
And who is the Broncos' biggest rival?
The Chiefs.
And how many times in your entire life have the Broncos beat the Chiefs before today?
0.
0 times. Before this kid he wasn't even in his mom's belly the last time we beat the Chiefs. Like, he can throw a ball over those mountains over there like Uncle Rico. This kid is old. Who is the Chiefs' best player, who like a lot of your friends really like?
Pat Mahomes.
How did it feel? Where did you see him most today? On the ground. That's where we saw him. We saw him on the ground. So how does it feel now, Broncos country?
Let's rock.
Playoffs or trade some players?
Playoffs.
We're going to the playoffs, baby! Anything else to say to the people?
No.
My guy.